Welcome back to HFS Health, the channel that delves into the intricate world of mental and emotional well-being. Today, we're going to explore a powerful quote by author Laurel K. Hamilton. There are wounds that never show on the body that are deeper and more hurtful than anything that bleeds. Have you ever wondered if there are invisible wounds that can cut more deeply than physical pain? Is it possible for our emotional scars to leave a lasting impact on our lives? Well, my friends, the answer is a resounding yes. Throughout our lives, we may encounter various forms of invisible wounds, and one that comes to mind is trauma. Trauma can be a life-altering experience, and its effects can permeate our very being, often going unnoticed by others. But here's something to ponder. Did you know that trauma can also lead to a profound sense of loneliness? It may sound surprising, but psychologists have extensively studied the connection between trauma and loneliness, and the findings are eye-opening. Let's delve deeper into this topic. Picture this. Someone experiences a traumatic event in their past, and it leaves an indelible mark on their psyche. This trauma becomes more than a memory. It becomes a part of who they are. In fact, researchers have discovered that trauma can reshape our brain, activating our self-protective fight or flight response on a constant basis. One study even found that patients with PTSD had physical changes in their brain, such as a smaller hippocampus and altered activity in certain areas. As a result, trauma can trigger a compulsion to repeat patterns, even if we aren't consciously aware of it. For example, children of divorce may often find themselves in similar situations as adults. So how does trauma manifest as loneliness, you may ask? Let me walk you through some signs to keep an eye out for. Number 1, you no longer find joy in the things you used to enjoy. Trauma can dampen our ability to experience positive emotions, leaving us feeling isolated, restless, and confused. Number 2, you find it increasingly difficult to take chances in life. Trauma can instill a fear of failure and a lack of emotional resilience, leading to a reluctance to embrace new opportunities or relationships. Number 3, optimism becomes elusive. Trauma tends to shape our worldview, often leading to a pessimistic outlook on life. This can manifest as self-blame, learned helplessness, and emotional detachment. Number 4, connecting with others becomes a challenge. Trust issues take root, and self-isolation becomes a common coping mechanism. Building meaningful connections becomes an uphill battle. Number 5, feeling misunderstood becomes a common occurrence. As trauma victims, it can feel like nobody truly comprehends the depths of our pain, leaving us feeling even more isolated and alone. And finally, number 6, trauma can come to define our lives. When it feels like our trauma has stripped away our sense of safety, self-identity is super frank. But here's a crucial message to remember. Healing is possible. While trauma and loneliness may seem like daunting adversaries, reaching out for support can make all the difference. Building a strong support system of loved ones, seeking professional help. It's important to remind ourselves that moving on doesn't mean forgetting, and healing doesn't mean erasing the past. It means learning, growing, and not letting our trauma define us. In the wise words of Haruki Murakami, life frightens me sometimes, but I don't happen to take that as a premise for everything else. We have the power to rise above our pain and create a future filled with joy, connection, and fulfillment. Thank you for joining us today on HFS Score Health. If you found this video insightful, please leave a comment below and don't forget to hit the like button.